it up either for Jacquere. I had to do that. I was just like, you should have seen.
We are live.
Hi.
Hey. Happy Monday. Happy Jacquere. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, you know, going a little nuts. Almost forgot about this until my phone rang. I thought we did this already because I was online with you last week.
Yeah. Maybe we're seeing too much of each other. I don't know.
On screen. Although, yeah, and I was with you Sunday. I was online with you Monday.
Yeah. We've been together a lot this past week.
I know.
Considering we live pretty far away, that's a lot of togetherness.
Yeah. How's that Tim Tam Slam doing?
I did a video. I made a video of it yesterday to promote it a little bit. I just like took still pictures of it and whatever. So that I think I'm putting it up on Instagram tomorrow or whatever. But I've been telling everybody I know about a Tim Tam Slam.
Do you know, I looked those up on Amazon, those Tim Tams. They come in all kinds of flavors.
I know.
Caramel. I was like, I want to get them.
I know. I'm thinking it's some Tim Tam time. I think so. But we are not here for Tim Tam, although I don't know. I'm kind of thinking you could do it with anything.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking maybe you can do it like, you know, chocolate and Merlot and Cab Franc because you get the cherryness. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to get together and practice.
I think so. I absolutely think so. So for anybody who's watching or listening, we learned at Old York Cellars this past weekend what a Tim Tam Slam is. And technically, it started with how to eat the cookie, or I don't think they like calling it a cookie, with coffee. But the Australians, gotta love the Australians, they changed it to drinking it with port. So you'll have to come back to Debbie's and my social media blog post coming up soon to see exactly how cool a Tim Tam Slam is. But you know, I'm kind of addicted to it. I want to get going. You know how I love sabering. Now I want to Tim Tam everything.
And I know you were hesitant on port.
Yes.
So you liked it.
Yes. Yeah, I was surprised by the port because it wasn't syrupy, and that's what I don't like about port. But that's all coming up in a future blog post.
Now we're talking about
Jacquere. So welcome to Winephabet Street. And the letter of the day is J. And we're going to see Elmo, hopefully.
Jump up, get down, come dance me down now. We're moving our body to the ABC. Dance nearby, wow. Dance far away, now clap your hands. To the letter of the day, clap, clap. What's the letter? Clap, clap. What's the letter? Clap, 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 clap.
What's the letter? What's the letter? What's the letter? What's the letter?
The letter of the day is J.
There we go. And here he is.
Our mascot, Elmo.
Elmo. And Elmo is here to discuss Jacquere today. And I hunted around for my bottle of Jacquere. It wasn't that easy to find. A bottle here, a bottle there, but there wasn't a large selection of them. I ended up with a choice of 2. How about you?
Well, I had Jacquere, and this is funny. I order wine from this place, Garista in Washington State, and last year, I think it was, I had ordered, you know, I'd seen it. I'm always looking for stuff that is different that I can't find here, and I had ordered a bunch of them, Jacquere and a bunch of the wines from the Savoy region. Altesse, is it called? Altese? I don't know. I had no idea what I was ordering, but what I will tell you is when I drank them, I loved them, and I'm like, I gotta research this. But, time takes over, and unless sometimes you have a reason to research, I really wanted to, but and I had 3 bottles of it, and they were great.
Wow.
But and they were in a tall bottle. So when it came time to buy
Yes.
a bottle for this, I was kind of stuck because nowhere down here has a selection of wine. And when I was looking back at home up in New York, I couldn't find it either. So I actually ordered it from Wine Chateau.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have a choice. There was just one.
Right. Yeah. So that actually leads me into our sponsor. So we have sponsored by Winc, which is WINC, and they have a whole bunch of wines that you can go in and you can order from. This wine is not from Winc. They did not have a Jacquere, but they do have, a lot of. They have Cabernet. They had a Nebbiolo. They have Petite Syrah. Lots of choices, and basically it is super simple and super fun for you to do. All you have to do is log on to their website, and you take this little profile quiz with fun little questions about your, what you like, what you don't like, what you eat, what you don't eat. And by you answering those questions, they are going to give you a palate profile. So they pop up after you answer the questions. It takes like less than 5 minutes. They pop up with 4 suggested wines for you, and you can either choose those wines or not choose those wines and go pick whatever you want. And then if you do 4 bottles into your cart, they're going to cover the shipping for you. So, it's a pretty awesome deal, right? There's no membership fees. There's no obligation. You can skip any month that you want. So you get 4 bottles this month, but you don't want them next month. You can just put it on pause until you're ready to come back to it. Wines start at about $13 a bottle, so it's pretty darn cheap.
Not bad.
Right? Albariños, Cinsault, Gewurz, Malbec, lots and lots of choices. So if it sounds interesting to you, all you need to do is go to TryWinc, which is TRYWINC.com/Winephabet. And if you put in that website, you are going to get $20 off of your first order. So that's going to give you 4 bottles shipped to your door for about $30. Can't go wrong, right?
No, you can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong. But I love it. I use it. It's pretty cool. I've tasted 2 of the bottles that they've sent. They're both decent. I like them, and $13 free, or shipping included to your door. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Good way to explore. Good way to explore. I just was hearing, I think it was Martin Redmond, who just got into the Century Club, which is, you keep track of the different varieties.
I have to do that. I started to, and then
Yeah. So I was like, what, that's kind of cool. And with Winephabet Street, with us keep trying all these different, varieties that we're doing, I'm like, I've got to do this. It's kind of cool.
I have this sheet right here on my desk somewhere on that. But yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. So, I think that I'm going to start looking into what it is. Some of the wines I pick up have like 5 different varieties in it, and apparently they count. So if it's a blend,
really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, if it's a field blend, you can count it. So
I thought it was single
varietal. Go for it. Right?
Jeez, I might be there.
Yeah. So anyway, but we are here for Jacquere. You want to start it off with the general characteristics?
Well, we forgot to introduce each other.
Oh, we did. So
no one knows who we are.
Seeing each other, that whatever.
So I'll go. So I'm Debbie Giaquindo. I'm known as the Hudson Valley Wine Goddess. I'm a wine blogger, a wine writer. I own co-owner of Happy Bitch Wines. I'm an author of Tapping the Hudson Valley, which is a book about day trips and weekend itineraries, traveling through the Hudson Valley. March 30th, I'm opening a restaurant in Stone Harbor, New Jersey called Kitchen 330. I've got 2 kids and 2 dogs, and I'm going kind of nuts now, and I probably left something out, but it's all yours.
And I'm Lori. My husband Mike and I own Dracaena Wines, which is a boutique winery in Paso Robles. We specialize in award-winning Cabernet Franc, and we produce a rosé of Syrah now. And our big news is we just started a wine club. Yay, so excited. So you can join our wine club. It is very different because, Draco is on our label, but Vegas was getting kind of jealous. So we decided to give him the wine club. So the wine club is called Chalk Club, which is perfect because it's March Madness right now. And when it's chalk, it means that you're betting on all the winners and, all the favorites. And we're betting that we're one of your favorite Cab Francs and Rosés. So head over to dracenawines.com to find out. We actually are giving a progressive discount. So you start off at 15% off, but for each year you parlay, get it? Parlay. Okay. Each year you parlay, you go up 5%, up to 25% off all of your wines.
Right.
And and it's $15 flat shipping, and we're going to give you $15 as a house bet for your second shipment. So we'll cover that second shipment for you. So again, head over to dracenawines.com and check out Chalk Club.
Nice. Okay. So now what did you want me to get into?
We are going into general characteristics, but can we show our wine and can we drink so I can drink while you?
Because you know what? I'm dying for a glass. I haven't eaten anything today but a salad.
I had one of my my Costco burritos. That's my meal of the day.
I haven't eaten anything. I was too busy making a chalkboard menu. This is what I've got.
All right. So this is what I've got.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pretty nice little label. But yeah, see, I don't know. Can you see mine is kind of the longer?
No, you know what? The one I have. This is like a Burgundy bottle. This is in the one that I got from last year. They were in like a Chenin Blanc, a 12 Chenin Blanc bottle.
Right. So happy Winephabet Street.
Yes, happy Winephabet Street. Cheers.
All right. General characteristics.
Okay. Okay, slide presentations. Am I doing something wrong?
No, I see it.
I did. I was pressing the wrong thing. I'm telling you, I'm losing my mind.
There we go.
Okay. Alrighty. So it's general characteristics of Jacquere. Is that the way you pronounce it? You're really good with that.
That is the way I'm seeing. That's the way I'm seeing to pronounce it. Yes.
Okay. So
that's how I pronounce it.
Jacquere. Okie dokie. So this is a picture of the Jacquere grape. Oops. And I got the wrong thing up. Hold on a second. The Jacquere grape is a grape that has great acidity. So if you are an acid head, which I am, you will like this grape. Even, it grows in a cool climate because this is located up in the French Alps towards Switzerland, the Swiss border. But even like if it happens to be a warm year, which can affect the acidity of the grape, the wine actually never gets above 12%. And the yield on the grapes can be very high.
Is that on the ground?
What?
Is that cluster on the ground?
No.
The angle?
It's the angle of the shot.
Oh.
So, next. So the aromas of the grape, you can get green apple, fresh cut grass, some peach. I get a little fresh cut grass. What do you get? Did you get anything?
This is apple.
Apple?
Yeah, this is a lot of apple. I can kind of see fresh cut grass. I can see grass, but this is like lots and lots of apple.
And I got a little green apple. They also take on the aromas of the mountainous region. So you might get like, think of a beautiful day on the ski slopes, and you're in the lodge and you just step out to go to the lift, and you take that deep breath of the, the fresh mountainous air. Sometimes you will get aromas of that, like the clean crispness, which goes in touch with the acidity. So I'm talking with my hands.
Yeah.
So the wine, I was so looking for a picture that I had taken, and I know I took it of what I had drank last year, and I was looking for a picture of it because it was really, pale yellow, and I couldn't find one. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, the wine made from Jacquere is pale yellow in color. It's somewhat of a medium-bodied wine. You'll get flavors of white flowers, some pear, green apple, white peach, grapefruit. It also will pick up a little bit of the minerality of the soil that it's grown in. So you really get a taste of the terroir. So there might be a little bit of flintness within that, clean, refreshing acidity. Also, the wine is really good consumed within the first 3 years of the vintage. So I think that's it.
Oh, alrighty.
And
yes, I am getting.
It's not a lemon.
Apple.
It's a white grapefruit and a pink grapefruit. I couldn't find a really good picture of a white grapefruit.
This I'm getting pear and peach also. So this is rather typical then of what I should expect.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so on to the history of Jacquere. There's going to be a little bit of overlap because, well, it just isn't life if there isn't, right?
That's right.
Okay, so Jacquere is actually Jacquere is the Savoy's most widely planted grape variety. It actually accounts for 50% of all of the plantings. It is produced as an early drinking, low alcohol, and a very lively wine, which is that acidity that you were talking about. And as you said, you can expect flavors to range from white flowers, which are floral, to the fruity, pear, white peach, grapefruit, and the mineral and flintiness. So the Savoy is a French department in the Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes region in eastern France. As a wine region, though, Savoy consists of many isolated subregions and plots of vineyards scattered across the French departments. So there's the different departments are the Savoie, the Haute-Savoie, the Isère, and the Aune. And the Savoy neighbors Switzerland to the east, Jura to the north, Bougie to and across the river is the Rhone River. So it's got a lot of kind of more famous, I think, neighbors other than the Bougie. I've never heard of that. Have you?
No, never.
Yeah. Nick, where are you? I need you back again. So I've never heard of that one, but they do say it's little known. So it's got a lot of popular neighbors around it. Okay.
Who's he?
Yeah. Who's he? Really? Do you not know who that is?
No,
That is
I
Jon
don't.
Snow.
What?
That is Jon Snow.
Okay.
Oh, now I just went blank on the dang show. I read all the books. Swords, HBO, blanking.
There you go. I don't have HBO.
The books were freaking awesome. It'll come to me after
Game of Thrones?
Thrones. Game of Thrones. That
Game of
is
Thrones.
no.
I don't have HBO.
Oh man, you're missing out on Game of Thrones. Anyway, so Jacquere originates in Savoy and is grown there mostly exclusively with a few hectares in Portugal. DNA analysis is not complete on the parentage, but the current research suggests that Jacquere is one of the many offspring of Gouai Blanc. So that's why it's Jon Snow, because we know who Jon Snow's daddy is, but the mother is, well, I guess we know who the mother is too, but she's worthless. So the other is unknown, and they have gone out on the limb here and have suggested that the other grape is of French origin. I don't know. That's really stretching that's going out on the limb, guessing where it's coming from. All right. So so it is the offspring of Gouai Blanc and of some other French origin grape. How's that for beautiful, right?
That is nice.
Jacquere grows among, and this is, I absolutely had no clue about this. It's actually, the history of Jacquere is actually really, really sad. Jacquere grows among and on massive limestone blocks, and these limestone blocks are the result of what are a result of a month-long intense rainstorm. So on November 24th, which happens to be my grandfather's birthday, in 1248, so long before my grandfather, so in 1248, the giant slabs of limestone that were on top of this mountain actually gave way because it was raining for a month. And the rocks fell down 7 kilometers into the valley below, landing completely burying 5 villages, all of their inhabitants, and all of the livestock.
Wow.
Right? So in the end, there was a cliff face that was about 900 meters high, but nothing lived or grew there for decades. And this is known as the Apremont or Bitter Mountain. So the rock slides still occur today, with actually the last one being on May in 2016.
Oh,
so
pretty ago.
Yeah, right? So after the tragedy, they actually renamed the mountain Granier, which is after one of the villages that were lost below. So the villages are the Cognan, the Saint Andre, Saint Perange, Verrier, and the Granier. So that is now Mount Granier after that village.
That's pretty.
Right? Jenkins Robinson, I never know how to say her name.
I always say Janice.
Yeah, but it's Jancis. So forgive me, all Psalms out there and everything. She gives the earliest mention as 1868 for Jacquere. However, there are people who say that the first mention of Jacquere was actually back before the limestone rockfall, before the collapse of Mount Granier. But I couldn't find any reference in writing that it actually took place, or the first reference of Jacquere was before that landslide. Everything seems to me 1868. And it is the first document that is found is from a French ampelographer, which is actually an expert in the study and classification of grape varieties. His name was Pierre Tochan, and he actually described the vineyards and vines in the hilly region known as the Abim des Mayens, and he actually mentions Jacquere back then. So it has been growing in the Condrieu vineyards, but it is actually not allowed to be in any wine in the Condrieu appellation d'origine protégé. So it's grown there, but it's not allowed to be in any of the wines if they want the AOP designation. After some increased plantings in 1980s and 90s, it has remained a constant area, hectares has been pretty constant at about 1,000 hectares across France. The varietal is actually generally reproductive. So it is one of those grape varieties that you want to make sure that you keep track of, because it will get very green. The leaves will take over, and then when the leaves take over, the vine goes out of balance. It is also an early budding variety, so that can be a problem also. So it ripens in mid to late in the season and gives the best results when the canopy is well pruned. So again, everything goes back to vine balance. You want to make sure that there's enough energy going into the vine to support the fruit that it's growing, and that you don't want all the greenery to take up all of that energy. So this is a lovely picture by France. It's a website, and it shows, you can kind of see the effervescent in the bottom of it, which is petulance and or petulance, and mine definitely has it. Does yours have it?
No, but I don't have I have a stemless glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, mine definitely.
And I have to tell you, I don't have a white wine glass. I just grabbed the first glass I got. I had to put my wine in the freezer because I forgot to chill it. So I'm batting 1,000 here. Happy Monday.
Oh, anyway, the last bit of it is so as I said earlier, Jacquere makes up more than half of all the grape plantings in Savoy. And as you said, you can expect a very light pale yellow with aromas and flavors of white flowers. As I said, you can expect to see the petulance or the effervescence, and you can feel it on the tongue. And that typically tells you right off the bat that it was aged on lees. So I'm guessing sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. But the aging on the lees is what tends to give it the effervescence. And Jacquere is also one of the lead varieties in the new Cremant de Savoie appellation, which was only introduced back in 2015. So Jacquere on its own must account for 40% of the blend, or for 60% of the blend if it contains no altis. So another 6 complementary varieties are allowed, with a maximum of 20% red varieties. So to me, that's a lot of hodgepodge to become an apple. Like I didn't really understand how you can call it a Jacquere if it's only 40% of a blend. So they're saying it's at least 40%, but I guess just to put the designation of that appellation on there, you have to have at least 40%, but you're not necessarily claiming that it is a Jacquere wine.
Right. I'll tell you that Altis is pretty good too, because that's what I got too. Altis, Jacquere, and I don't know. Whatever the wines were that I had gotten, I liked.
All right.
They were really crisp and acidic, and
that is what I love. That is what I love.
Even a wine person can have no idea what they're drinking and not have the time to research it, but they know that they like it.
Yep. Yep. And as I say all the time, drink what you like. Don't let anybody else tell you
That's
otherwise.
right. That's right.
So let's see your bottle again. What are you drinking, and tell us about your wine?
I am drinking a where's my thing? A Vin de Savoy.
Okay.
Jean Jex, which is Jacquere.
Jean.
And it's produced by Eugene, Carol, and Phils.
No, come on, Eugene?
Yeah, you got the same one?
No, I'm just saying Eugene, it's French. Eugene?
Eugene, E-U-G-E-N-E, with the apostrophe on the E.
All right.
So when I was in Burgundy, I should have asked what the Phils mean, F-I-L-S, after a name. Because there's a lot of names are that.
Isn't that like an of?
I don't
Like,
know.
like Lord William of whatever.
I don't know. Or actually, John Jon, this word that I can't pronounce.
Jean, I'm guessing.
I think an area. That is an area.
Okay.
Oops, as I break the glass. In the region where the grapes are grown. So how about you?
So I am drinking. See, my guy's name is Jean-Pierre. Now that's more
That's French.
Jean-Pierre et Fils. So there's that Fils again.
Yeah.
And 2016 Cuvée Gastronomique Abîme.
Yeah, mine's a 2016 as well.
So an Abîme.
So is
I don't know.
I'm
just gonna say
an area?
Abîme is an area, yes.
Yeah. So is Jean Jess.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yes. So I'm just going to say I am 32% fluent in French now, according to Duolingo, and I don't know what Fils is. They haven't. Okay. That little darn owl has not taught me what Fils is. So maybe I have to get a little bit more than 32% fluent. But so I'm going to pour myself a little bit more because I've already drank half of a glass.
I am too.
And it's always so good to hear that noise.
So mine's a family-run winery. How about yours?
Mine is also, except he is very big. But
oh, really? My guy's small.
So I'll go. So
okay.
My guy, Gilbert Perrier, or I'm sorry, Jean-Pierre Effil, 2016, was actually, the winery was founded in 1853, and Gilbert Perrier and his son are actually the 5th and 6th generation to make wine in this region. So the domain has slowly expanded over the generations, but they are strict on their quality. And, you know, they say that's their priority. They are a leading Savoy producer with 21 hectares under vine. Vines for the whites are mostly planted on clay limestone, and the reds on granite and clay limestone. And they have the vines have a southeastern exposure near the city of Chambéry, and that is in Savoy. All of their wines undergo manual harvest with gentle pneumatic pressing and temperature-controlled fermentation around 20 degrees Celsius. So they are pretty strict. That's pretty, because I think that there's quite a bit of mechanical harvesting going on, but they are manual. Most of the wines complete malolactic fermentation to a lower acidity and avoid the secondary fermentation in bottle, which I found rather interesting because their cork, which is synthetic, which
I think mine was too. I have mine over here.
Which is, you don't see that too frequently anymore, but you can. It says mise en bottle. I'm like, what are you? What are you doing in bottle? It's not going through a second fermentation. Yeah. Well, I'm so confused because you're not going through a second fermentation, and that's usually what you see with that, right? But anyway,
my cork's got a number on it. Does your cork have a number on it?
Yes. Yes, a long number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. Vinota 021. Oh wait, it's the same thing. Wait. What's your number?
Oh, I feel like we're in the lottery. 5079.
Okay, so 0217. I wonder if that is bottling date. Oh, mine is vino of bottling date. It's got to be. They bottled it.
Mine's a 16. Mine's a 2016.
Bottling date. Could have bottled February of 2017.
Oh, 17.
Right. And then mine's 9998, which I don't know what that would.
Mine's
correlate.
5079.
So maybe it's there. Yeah, that's got to be bottling date. I don't know. I have to look that up. But I was very confused by mise en bouteille because well, I don't get that. Anyway, so as I said, they avoid secondary fermentation. So the cork is kind of confusing me. The wine shows light, dry, alpine profile, lean fruits, high acids. It is considered one of the best Jacqueres to grow in the region because it's a Cru village. There's 3 Cru villages, and Abîme is one of them. Apremont and Cruet is the other 2. So Abîme is located just about 50 miles away from the Swiss and Italian borders, so it's sandwiched there, and less than 100 miles west of the Alps from Turin. So Abîme is actually in the shadow of the Alps, and Gilbert Perrier and his son take special care to extract the most flavor from this actually cool-weathered fruit. So the wines are young, they're youthful, they're fruity, they're brisk, they're acidic. There's, not too much not to like about it. And my bottle was regular price, $12, on sale for $9.99.
Oh, you got a good deal.
Yeah.
You got a good deal. I think mine is 15.
Yeah. So, it is a dry wine. It's medium bodied, like you said, high acidity, definite apple on the nose, a little bit more citrus as it sat out a little bit, minerals, and peach and the grapefruit. It's there. Pretty much everything you put on that is on here. So kudos.
Thanks. So mine, he's somewhat of a small producer. It's from in the hamlet of, I know I'm not pronouncing this right, Jango, in the Savoy region, which is on the left bank of the Rhone River. The family runs 59 acres. They're planted on the slopes of the Chavas Mountain, which is also known as a hot mountain. They've been in business 6 generations since 1830. When World War II ended, Celestine Carroll, Eugene's father, he returned from captivity. So he was in captivity, and he returned and he took up on the farm. It wasn't vines, it was cattle and grain. And in 1970, when Eugene took over from his dad, he started to repurpose the farm and started to specialize in grow some grapes. So in 1975, they only had 7 acres of grapes, and by 1990, they developed 23. In 1994, Oliver, Eugene's son, joined his parents, and up in 1977. I'm looking at my notes, and that is just not right. In 2008, they were up to 44 acres. The soil is chalk marl, which kind of looks like little pebbles. Their vineyards benefit from 1,800 hours of sunlight a year, and they have, because they're on the Rhone and they're also on Bourget Lake, they have a little microclimate, which really helps them. And very steep slopes, so it's hand harvested. So that's just a little bit of information on them. So they've been in business for quite a while. So this particular wine that's in my glass, let's see. The soil is calcareous clay. What you said?
I don't really know that because Paso has a lot of calcareous soil, a lot of sand, and we have a winery called Calcareous.
Oh, really? So I got to do my math here because I didn't do it. I'll tell you how many productions. It was 3, 1, 200, So there's 12 cases divided by 12. 2,600 cases of this was made.
Oh.
90% of it is hand harvested, 10% is machine harvested. They use, once it's picked, it immediately goes in the hydraulic press. It gets separated from the, low temperature alcohol fermentation in stainless steel tanks, which allows it to retain its aroma. It's aged sur lie on the lees until bottling. So, and pretty much, I just love crisp, nice crisp wine. I even get, I swear, a little bit of that mountainous aromas. Maybe that's because it's supposed to snow here in the next 2 days as we welcome in spring.
What is it? I should know this from botany. Like this, there's a term for sap.
For what? Sap?
Like if you take a pine needle and you break the pine needle open,
sap.
There's a sap. That's what I'm getting now. It's like, but I'm gonna. Oh my God, my biology is like going out my brain right now. But it reminds me of the sap of a pine tree.
Okay. I don't have that. I definitely have cut grass.
Yeah, mine is, yeah. And I'm gonna wake up at like 3 a.m. this morning with that damn word in my head. It's gonna wake me up for what it is. But
I'm usually up at 3, so you can text me.
Okay.
I usually wake up at 3. So this I definitely get green apple.
Yeah. Are you getting the white flour?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I get white grapefruit on the finish. I will tell you though, as it warms up, because this I just poured, it's pretty cold.
Because it was in your freezer? Up,
I do get more, what?
Because it was in your freezer?
It was in my freezer, and as I'm doing the chalkboards, I'm like, oh shoot, I got to get that out. It's gonna be too cold. As it warms up, the pear, I get a little bit of pear, because my first pour, as it sat here, I did get a little bit more pear.
Yeah,
I really like this wine.
I like it. I do. And at $9.99, it's, it's definitely a go back and buy some more.
This, and I'll tell you, I would drink this when I ski. I haven't skied since I moved down here, but because I have no one to ski with.
I gave up my skis. Never mind. I sold my skis when we did the California thing.
Oh, well, you can rent them.
I can.
So when I ski, when I go in, and I want a beer. That's what I drink when I go in. But I would drink something like this. It's refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's refreshing to me.
I can see it sitting on an evening, actually like tonight, because it's not so cold here tonight, with a nice little fire pit and sitting there. I can get it. I'm feeling it. Which leads us into
hi, Mark.
Leads us into food pairings. So, all right. Thanks to the high acidity that Jacquere has, it pretty much pairs with anything. So it actually, not necessarily the flavor profile, but the concept of the high acidity, the crispness of it, and that it reminds me of like a sparkling. Like, champagne can go with so many different things, and this with the acidity can also go with a whole bunch of other things. So green apples, walnuts, Thai salad, peanut Thai salad, and the so difficult to pair a gosh darn wine with avocado. It's like this will go with an avocado. So it's like, I don't know. Avocados are one of the most difficult foods to pair a wine with, and bam, here you go. This is a suggestion for you. Okay. All right. This thing, I don't know, but it kind of sounds intriguing to me.
That looks really good.
Right? But I don't know is
I
that
could make that.
yeah.
What's Reblochon cheese?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a but when you look at the cheese in there, it looks like it's more like a regat type thing, but more what's the other word for the healthier cream cheese?
Nifschmangel or something starts with
Yeah,
an A.
yeah. That's what it kind of looks like. But this is a tartiflette, I'm guessing. I don't know how to really pronounce it. But I mean, you kind of can't go wrong. Potatoes, bacon, like can't go wrong. Well, first of all, anything with bacon in it is good. But
And I'm starving right now because I have yet to eat. But
yeah, but it does, right? I mean, bacon, cheese, double cream. It's not exactly the healthiest thing on the face of the earth, but
the acidity will cut through all that. It'll be nice.
Yes, and this popped up all over the place for the Savoy region. So they weren't claiming that it is the food of the region, but if you put in Savoy, this is the meal that comes up. So
would you eat that?
I'm going to have to give it a try because it really does look good. But
I think we got to get together and make that because that looks really good.
Okay, deal. All right. I have to research what the actual cheese is, because I'm not getting that anywhere near me. I'm guessing, but I'm sure Mark, I'm sure Mike can come up with a suggestion to whatchamacallit, replace it. Okay.
Ooh.
Eggplant Parmesan. Okay. I don't do that, but I get it. I can see how it pairs with it. I think any type of lasagna, stuffed shells, anything like that is going to go with this. But I think
because of the acidity, it'll cut through the tomato acidity?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Again, not touching this. Smoked trout. That is
stuff is good.
No, not on my plate, not in my mouth. Bleh, yuck.
Get Mary to make that.
Yeah, no, not happening. This is why I have difficulty explaining things because I don't eat anything. But yeah, no, smoked trout, not happening. But again, understanding what it is, I think it would pair perfectly with this
I think it would go great with smoked trout.
Yep. And the number one food pairing with Jacquere, cheese fondue.
Oh, my favorite.
Cheese fondue. In fact, the origins of cheese fondue can be found in Switzerland and France, the Rhone Alps, which is exactly where this wine is found. So as the saying goes, drink like, eat like, right? Or however that saying actually is, right? So, it's not surprising that fondue is in there as the number one pairing. The Savoyard cheese, never heard of that cheese either. Yeah. But Savoyard cheese actually comes from the Haute-Savoie region. So you can't ask for more than that. You're getting cheese from the exact region that the wine is coming from. It's going to go.
Oh, that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So that is the food pairings.
I love fondue. Cheese fondue.
Do you know I have never actually had like fondue ever?
Really?
We have melting pot stores and stuff, or restaurants and stuff. I've never gone to one of those. I've never.
Really?
No, because
we had cheese fondue at wine night one night, and we had 4 different types of cheese fondues.
Oh.
And made 4 different types of cheese fondues and cheese fondue pots. Oh my God, it was so good.
So here's the reason why. Here's the reason why, to show you my quirkiness. I like to call it quirkiness. It kind of freaks me out that you're just going to stick your food in the cheese and then pull your food out, like, and eat it. And then I'm going to stick my food in the cheese.
No, you put it on your plate and you eat it with a fork.
But I've never seen anybody do that. Whenever I've seen fondue, people are just sticking it in there. It's like, I don't, it's like double dipping. I'm not into the double dipping scene. I can't do it.
Well, then we'll have to get you a little pot and just have your own little pot.
Give me my own little cheese fondue and we're good. And then the other thing is people put things in that like I don't eat. And then that freaks me out. Like if you're going to put a food in that I don't eat, then it's in that cheese and all.
Yeah, but it doesn't take on the flavor.
It doesn't matter. I know it's in there. It's quirkiness of mine.
I like to roll up salami and put it in the chease fondue
and little pieces. No, see little pieces of food in there. I can't. Food and me really don't get along. I'm very, it's not that I eat healthy. No, by far no. I am the processed queen of the world. Give me a Pop-Tart, give me a Hot Pocket.
Oh my God, I grew up on Pop-Tarts. When I stay at my sister's house, they have Pop-Tarts.
All right, I'm good. Chocolate fudge, and I am in heaven.
Yes. But I now like the vanilla ones better.
No. I'll eat them. And then the other thing is, well, not that you do that, but like it's kind of the same thing with the chocolate fountain. I can't deal with the chocolate fountain because people just shove their food in the chocolate fountain.
I've never had a chocolate fountain.
I can't do that. Plus, the big thing is strawberries in the chocolate fountain, and then I'll end up in a hospital because I'm deathly allergic to strawberries.
No.
But yeah, the dipping thing freaks me out. I can't do it. So no cheese fondue unless you're gonna give me my own little cheese fondue little pot. Then I'm good. I'll give it a shot because I love cheese.
You're funny. I love cheese too. Oh my God.
And quirky.
Quirky. So should we go into the 5 fun facts?
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. So now we're on to 5. Well, we're going to have some repeats here. 5 fun facts. Good old Alamo. So.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
So, Jacquere is known as the Muscadet of the mountains.
Okay.
So I just thought that was just a beautiful picture.
It is.
And
it thrives on Instagram tomorrow.
And it thrives in clay, limestone, and rocky soil. I was trying to get a really good picture. This is actually from the wine that I have. It's their vineyards. I was trying to get a picture that just really just showed the soil, but couldn't find. Guess I'll have to go there and take a picture of it. It's grown in the Condro area, but like you said, what was it?
I think it's Condrieu.
A Condrieu vineyards, but it's not officially allowed to be used in any AOP wine.
See, now that I got to go back to that. Like,
but I want to know, what do they do with it?
I guess they sell it off. I don't know. I'm going to my resident, wine specialist, Nick, and I'm going to ask him that. I don't know. I don't get it, how it grows so well in a region that you grow it, but then it's not allowed to be in the region. So.
Yeah. So production has also begun on a very small scale in Portugal, where it's known as Molet de Montmalea, or Martin Cop.
Yes, I saw the Martin Cop. When I was looking up for the letter M.
Daddy. What?
When I was looking up for the letter M, I found Martin Cop.
So then I got the Who's Your Daddy, but you said that its daddy is the Glouais Blanc. Yes. But I thought that, that was the mother. So anyway.
When I call everybody the daddy, I call everybody. I don't know. It's when it's two white grapes, it's tough. You know, I don't.
Yeah.
This is so bad. I shouldn't say, but I like racist with or not racist. With the word with grapes. If it's a red grape, I don't know. I call the daddy red. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I was like, who's your daddy?
Yeah, it's always
So
who's your
part
daddy.
of one of the genes is the Gaulois Blanc, and the other is thought to be an unknown French origin.
Right.
So,
I don't know.
it's floating around and it's giving us the last laugh, and it's, going, ha ha, they can't figure me out.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out eventually. Well, we won't, but somebody will.
Somebody will. Some mad scientist will.
Yes.
No.
Yes. So
Mm.
I am enjoying this very thoroughly.
I am too.
I'm not upset with the $9.99. So as we finish our glass, where are we going next?
Where are we going next? Next, we're going to go to K for Cabinet, and we'll explore more or less. I mean, we had a hard time trying to find a K. So we'll explore the different variations of the German sweetness levels, I guess would be the easiest thing to say. So we're going to explore the Cabinet grape.
And
you
I was trying to figure this out. Do you there is a I don't know what it's called. Like, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or Roy Jabiv. There's some term for that. Do you know what that's called?
Okay. No.
Okay. But there is something to help you remember the levels of the German, where Cabinet fits in there.
Right.
You know that?
Cabinet,
do you remember that?
No.
No.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I don't know. I've got to find out what that is. But Cabinet, without doing any research whatsoever, is more along the sweeter lines, correct?
No, it's the driest.
It's the driest?
It is driest.
Well, that's good for me.
Pretty
I
sure.
don't want the sweet stuff. I don't want sweet stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's the driest. And I have my Cabinet because I ordered my Cabinet when I ordered my Jacquere.
Yes, I have. So we can talk about this because I think we both have them. So we have Cabinet coming up for K.
Right.
We have
Lambrusco
for L.
And Mencia.
Mencia, which is Spanish.
Yes.
Okay.
From the Galicia region, which I didn't even know until I hopped on Somchat on Wednesday.
And I kind of promised Ryan that we would do Nebbiolo.
Okay, that's fine.
For N. Okay. So
I might have a Nebbiolo in my wine cellar. So
that is what we're doing.
I'll have to check. So that's what's coming up on Winephabet Street.
Yes.
And Cabinet.
Cabinet is
April 16th.
April 16th.
Yes.
Perfect.
I will remember that because it will be before we go back on the Wine Writers Roundup.
Wine Writers Wrap Up, which will be
I'm telling you, that threw me so off. And I remember getting up today going, I got to start working on Cabinet. And then I saw your postings on Winephabet Street. Go, what is she doing? We did that last week. And I was like, totally.
Yeah. But I'm excited about the Wine Writers Wrap Up next month also because we are talking wine etiquette. So the do's and don'ts.
I got a lot to say on that.
Yeah, this is gonna be a rapid fire one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I have a whole in my book. I have a whole area on wine etiquette.
All right. We'll have to reference that in next month. Next Wine Writers Wrap Up. But so we are all done. And
I think we are all done. I think that wraps up. And You want to put the link in for Wink? The link in for Wink?
The wink in for wink. The link in for
Wink
wink.
is our sponsor, and
Yes.
that is the link. The link for Wink.
So once again, it is trywink.com/Winephabet. Get $20 off of your first order. And that pretty much gives you 4 bottles of wine delivered to your door for $30-ish.
And we will see you next month.
Yes, but you didn't mention our website.
Oh, that's right. We have this great website, winephabetstreet.com.
There we go.
All the episodes that you've missed, and you can register for all our upcoming episodes. So visit winephabetstreet.com.
Right.
And you can register just once, and you'll be registered for all of them. If you have to. I think there's an option to choose that.
Right.
So, and even if you can't make it and you register, you'll always get the replay. Oh, thank you, Mark. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
And I think that's about wraps up.
That's a wrap. So
that is a wrap. So
Elmo says good night and
good night.
Slancha.
Good night.